That's right. I'm back. Back after some weeks off. Back after using some of your videos for the weekly video. Just to get everybody a sample. We had David. We had Mitch. We had Amber doing the sneaky thing. Putting the license plate on Dude's car. Should have been having it on your car this whole time. Well, now you're going to have 6 weeks of it on your car? Bullshit. Bullshit, dude. This week, I play the old Wizard Sleevers, which is good enough to make anybody feel like a champion. That's right. Wizard Sleevers at 1-8 currently, with the old MFC at 3-6. I could still make the playoffs. I'm behind the likes of the Bad Doctor, the Chubster, the Doot. Wouldn't it be funny if Bad Doctor and Doot played for the doucher and it stayed in their household perpetually? It'd be 3 years in a row. The Chubster is down with the old MFC, and make no mistake, I'm coming for everybody. I'm coming for the token. I'm coming to milk the cow. You can't stop me, even though I'm basically in last place. Anyway, folks, it's been a rough month, and I did not have time to do much, but I was still able to pull out a little bit with the help of the entire league, and that's why this is the best league, because now we're coming around. Everybody's making a weekly video. We've got Bad Doctor and Doot just showing up, making videos all over the place. We got Cal making his second high score of the week video. Got Crazy making high score of the week videos, but none for me. I could make one and it'd be highest points against. Although currently, because of my victory, Wizard Sleevers has the highest points against because I score well. I just happen to always play teams that score better. Except for Wizard Sleevers. So, 129.8, 113.8. I show up. I win. MFC is coming to get that last spot in the playoffs. Possibly even the second to last or the third to last. You never know. We have 4 weeks left in the regular season. Only 4. That's how far we've come. We're in week 10. One thing I can be sure of. I'm just not a 5-league guy. I want to dedicate less time to all these work leagues and all this other stuff. I want to focus here. Make the money here, get the belt here. Because this is where it's important. Moving on. Although he was in Anaheim, and although I was in Anaheim, we both pull out a victory. Novid Kid 113.2 versus the Bad Doctor 88.2. We didn't look at lineups or anything while we were out there. Pretty sure we didn't do a damn thing except for video game while we were out there. But Novid Kid pulls out the victory. Now, he's got a brutal bye week coming up. He's also going to be in Atlanta. In fact, I looked at the waivers this morning and I didn't see any bids from the Novid Kid to replace his bye week players. But it doesn't matter for the last week because he gets the win and moves to 5-4 and is currently 7th overall place, making him a candidate for the playoffs. Second to last currently. Have to be 5-4 basically to get into the playoffs. Gotta be it. Just how it is. Hydra Chubb currently sitting in 8th place, but what will happen? He does get the bye week of the Wizard Sleevers, but stranger things have happened. Wizard Sleevers has won 1. So, will he win 2? Let's find out. His team not looking very good. Every time I look at his team, I'm like, oh, maybe I could trade. Nope. Can't trade nothing. Nobody. Check out the settings in the league. By the way, we do have a trade deadline. I believe it is the week before. I think it's the 12th week. The 12th week trade deadline for the league. You can't trade after that. Can't trade in the playoffs. Keep that in mind if you're looking to trade and try to get your team together before then. But Novid Kid, still no video from the Novid Kid. Won't do it. Refuses to do it. Not going to do it. Bad Doctor, you do not get Willis of the week. Chubb, you do not get Willis of the week. That is reserved for our next person. And guess what? It is the Willis of the week. Willis is the Willis of the week of the Willis of the week. Willis, Willis of the week. Willis, Willis. It's like Willisception up in here. The namesake of the Willis of the week. Willis, Willis of the week. Willis, Willis of the week. Willis, Willis of the week. Lost to Token Minority 123.5 to 82. Not the lowest score we've ever seen. However, good enough to get you the Willis of the week this week. Will we see an interesting video from Will? The Will is of the week. Willis. Will. Willis. Willis. Will. Token Minority pulling out another one. Second place overall. We called I Have Utters Greg and Token Minority in the playoffs at the very least, and we are correct. I'm pretty sure, barring any serious setbacks from either of these players, they have enough to get into the playoffs. If I Have Utters Greg loses every single match, he will be 7-6, which will be good enough to get him into the playoffs. Token Minority would be 6-7, which is probably still good enough to get him into the playoffs. If everybody else won out, everybody else would basically have to win out to push them anywhere out of the playoffs. So congratulations. We really do hope to see you guys there, probably in the 1 and 2 spot. Token Minority gets the win over the Willis. Willis of the week. Willis of the week. Touch Defense versus the Coors Light NASCAR boys. Touch Defense came all sneaky and just sat on players for weeks and weeks and won lucky for a couple of weeks, putting him into a position to make a run for the playoffs, and now he's got a serious team on his hands, folks. I play him this week. I'm not excited about it. He's thinking he gets the MFC bye, but guess what? MFC ain't gonna lay down in front of no fence. I'm gonna hop that fence. Just like Token Minority. I'm gonna get here to the prosperity lands of the Mile High as Hell Fantasy Football League, and I am going to not only touch the fence, I'm going to knock it down. Touch the Fence wins this week, putting himself at 5-4, now in 5th place overall at 119.1 versus the Coors Light NASCAR boys at 103.7. Coors is having an up and down season. He's currently at 5-4, but currently at 5-4 in 3rd place overall. That's how that works in the Mile High as Hell Fantasy Football League. But he has got a hell week coming up, because if you didn't notice, it's week 10 and there are 6 teams on bye. That's 6 teams on bye. So if you didn't hit the waiver wire this week, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I'm hitting the waiver wire just to block people from hitting the waiver wire, just for fun. Coors Light NASCAR boys doesn't have any running backs currently. He does have David Johnson, but Kenyon Drake's looking good. Will they just rest David Johnson for another week to let Kenyon Drake go off? I don't know. Let's find out. Touch Defense wins this one, goes to 5-4. He is making a run for it. You know, I hate to say it, but if I had to predict it, he's got a really good team. He's going to show up this week. I have to show up this week to beat Touch Defense. So I'm coming with my protective suit on and my pads, and I'm going to bowl into that fence. I'm going to knock it down if I can. But this is who's standing in his way to 6-4, so I know you guys don't have confidence in that shit, because MFC's team sucks this year. Even though it looks good. On paper, it looks really good. Points against. That'll get you. As Token Minority says, it's all luck, really. It's all luck. Congratulations, Touch Defense. You look like you're also probably a candidate for the playoffs, and if you do get into the playoffs, you got a dangerous team. Let's see what happens. Coors Light, you should probably hit the waiver wire, ask somebody for a trade. I've got a couple extra running backs. Maybe you got somebody awesome to offer me. Let's find out. The Doot. Thank you for your prediction video. I thought that was one of the more interesting ones I've seen in the past couple of years with the drinking of the beers. I know it's hard to chug an entire beer on camera, but I do know you, and I trust that all those beers were drank, and probably the other 6 as well. Just to try them out. You and Amber maybe just pouring half glasses, just enjoying a little sippy time. They look delicious. You finished with the milk stout. And your prediction was right on that as well. So milk stout to end it all. Man, I think I would have started with the milk stout. That's just my personal preference. Speaking of milk stout, high score of the week. Oh, it's so fresh. It comes to your door every day. It gives your mother a baby that becomes your new brother. It is the milkman. The I Have Udders Greg, the milkman, the cow, he is definitely busting open that door while your dad's not home, laying down with your mother and throwing a victory baby inside that. And he puts up the highest score I think we've ever seen, 222.7. The thing that Chubb was talking about getting, which is the highest score in my highest hell fantasy football history, goes to I Have Udders Greg, because Christian McCaffrey is a nightmare player. Fucking 50 points a week. Ugh. But take a lesson, Chubb. When you feel that you're going to get the highest score ever in Mile High's Hell Fantasy Football League, just lay low, lay quiet, don't say anything. See what happens. And then when it happens, just maybe post a video of a girl dancing around like a cow. But the minute that you say, I'm going to get it, is the minute you are jinxed. And I Have Udders Greg does not jinx himself. In fact, he milks his way all the way to highest score ever, and we better get a real sweet video out of this. Could be short and sweet, could be long and sweet, could be interesting, could have graphics and effects, it could have guest stars and all this sort of stuff. We don't know, but he is probably on his way to the playoffs, if not the championship. He's got a really good team, and Christian McCaffrey is a fucking cartoon. You are currently one of the teams I'm chasing, you, your wife, and the Chubster. So, you know, great videos, but I wish you all the bad luck in the world, because making that playoffs would be nice, especially with the team I'll have after all the bye weeks. I'll have a pretty solid team that's going to be playing all the way through the playoffs, and I'm very excited, and I don't see anybody really like sitting down, and I don't really, you know, have any weird stuff going on. So no more. I'm thinking positive regression for the old MFC. Positive regression, meaning less points against. I got to go on a streak sometime. I haven't gone on a streak all season long. So I'm thinking at least 2 in a row, if not 3 in a row. I'm coming for you, dude. Coming for you, bad doctor. Coming for you, Chubb. In your faces. Speaking of Chubb, he puts up another loss this week. Almost gets Willis of the week, but Willis gets the fucking Willis of the week and remixes his own fucking award. Oops All Sleepers, after like 3 or 4 or 5 Willises in a row, I think it was 3 at least, pulls off a win. Man, Oops All Sleepers, if you didn't get 3 Willises in a row, if you would have won any of those, you would have been 6-3 or 7-2. Instead, you fell victim to whatever you fell victim to and went Willis 3 weeks in a row, which is what I'm looking to do, except the opposite. I haven't got a high score of the week. I'm looking to go 3 high score of the weeks in a row. So Oops All Sleepers beats the Chubb, and that's got to feel good. 124.5 versus 94.2. People just showing up and not showing up all at the same time. I mean, there was not really a close game this week. Dude was beat by over 100 points. You know? Everybody else, over 15 points per game, pretty much. But we're coming with it, guys. Mile High as Hell Fantasy Football League, crushing it. Much better on the boards than any of my other leagues. Much more competition than any of my other leagues. I have to concentrate more. I have to think about what people are going to do and who they're going to trade with and who they're going to pick up off the waiver wires and how much fab money you have to bid for certain players. Although now it's getting like, I'll just take this guy for $1. Except for Dude spent like $175 this week or something like that. But it's a tough league, and it makes me prepared for all my other leagues. I'm doing well in, and I'm sure if you have other leagues, you're doing well in them too because of this league. I just beat Chubb, by the way, in Andy's league. Why are we talking about other leagues? Because all of you know that you want to hear about me beating Chubb in another league. You know you do. Anyway, that's my return video. It might have not been that funny. It's kind of off the cuff. I've had a long ass month. I just got back from vacation. I want to give you something. So I'm going to throw this together for you and give you a little MFC to view because you know you want to. Willis. Willis. Give us that Willis of the Week video. We'd love to see you in the basement again drinking 6 tall boys. I have Utters Greg. Give us the Mile High as Hell Fantasy Football League High Score of the Week. Highest score ever video. We would love to see it. And everybody else, prepare for week 10. Touch the fence. I'm coming for you. Chubb, Dr. Duke, I'm coming for you. Playoffs, I'm coming for you. Out.